Please welcome Keanu Reeves.
One of my favorite times of the year is the week of E3. It's a whole week of nothing but hype and gaming news. Though I've never had the opportunity to attend E3 myself, I did go to PSX back in 2017 with some of my friends, where we met Crash Bandicoot, which was pretty cool. I look forward every year to sitting myself on the couch and watching each press conference come on one after another, while arguing with people online about who won that year's E3. Okay, now with E3 this year, taking some notes from Scalebound, I was positive that at such a crucial point in time, when we are on the edge of a brand new generation of consoles, that the industry could come together under the guiding hand of Jeff Keighley and pull off what would essentially be a digital E3. Instead, they took what was once a week of pure gaming bliss and stretched it out into, at this point, 3 months of drip-fed non-announcements, with absolutely no cohesion or structure to any of it whatsoever. Now honestly, this is in no part the fault of anyone. We are currently experiencing unprecedented times after all. And honestly, that's also what is most exciting to me about all of this. Like all industries, the gaming industry is at a turning point. The fundamentals have been shaken, and the era of E3 as we know it is over.
What an event, am I right?
Shut your mouths, you miserable piece of human garbage! Holy fucking shit!
Now, strangely enough, that brings me to Devolver Digital. I've talked about some of their games before, most of which I've been extremely fond of, especially of My Friend Pedro, which I've got a review up of if you want to go take a look at that real quick. Thank you very much. It's safe to say that Devolver is currently at the top of its game. The amount of quality titles they've been able to put out over the last few years has been welcome to say the least.
Our next guest needs like 0.0 introduction. You have heard about him in your favorite forums, on the socials, in your Usenet groups, and on your best friend's MySpace pages. He is a legend to each and every one of us what have that real deal Holyfield interest in the video, and I am deep down proud to be the one to bring him all the way to you direct. Audience at home, my uncle that works at Nintendo.
Hey, yeah, yo, thanks for having me or whatever.
Devolver Digital's brand has always been fuck you video games, and I've always appreciated their commitment to that one core philosophy that video games are fucking rad. Now, I know they have had E3 shows since 2017, however this is the first year I tuned in live. The entirety of their showcase was clearly crafted by people who care about video games and understand the industry, as the entire thing was a satirical roasting of the gaming industry's habit of prioritizing hype and spectacle over the quality of the titles. While a fun time, the presentation isn't what I'm interested in today, because what I'm interested in is the future.
Devolver Digital is proud to announce I am proud to announce the first ever playable video game experience that takes all of the in-your-face stink and discomfort, pomp and circumstance of a high-rent, crowded convention hall packed full of all of us assholes, and packs it all up into what we really, really, really should be interested in anyway. An actual playable video game. You can actually video game play as a video game when we actually release it for you to video game play right now. Holy shit! You guys, it is Devolver Land Expo. Check a look.
At the climax of the showcase, they announced Devolver Digital Expo, inspired by the cancellation of this year's E3 and fueled by the nostalgia of sweaty, crowded convention centers. Devolver Digital Expo is a fully explorable digital convention center, showcasing all the games featured in their showcase. I immediately thought this idea was fucking rad. The possibilities behind a digital convention center, fully playable and explorable by everyday consumers, seemed like the perfect solution that no one but Devolver seemed to think of. The idea of attending a convention from the very comfort of my living room and interacting with booths that could feature elaborate set pieces, achieving a sense of atmosphere and immersion not possible outside the digital world, seemed pretty groovy. Now that's just a vague idea of where my mindset was directly after the announcement. Now eventually my mind wandered over to Microsoft for some reason, and I started thinking about their upcoming Summer Games Fest demo event. This event will see demos of over 60 games be available to the public for a limited time, in hopes of recreating one of the most exciting parts about going to a convention, the prospect of getting your hands on a title that you might not see again for another year or two. It's a little bit of a rush. And then, as I was thinking about this, like a little ding that goes off with a platinum trophy, I realized how if these two ideas separately succeed in achieving what they are trying to do, imagine the possibilities of featuring playable demos in a digital E3-like space, kind of like the one that Devolver Digital has put out. While the concept is very exciting, I think the execution is really what makes Devolver Digital Expo a unique and promising experience. Naturally, being Devolver, they had to have a little fun with it, so I found myself sneaking through the dark halls of a deserted convention center, avoiding laser-shooting robots, wandering through a gorgeously recreated convention hall that doubled as a big ol' advertisement for Devolver's upcoming titles. Each booth is incredibly unique and gave me a good idea of the vibe that each game was going for. And paired with the trailer for the game, this was a really rad way of learning about games that are now on my radar. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember the name of the Fall Guys guys, so I'm just gonna call them those jelly bean fucks. So knocking those jelly bean fucks over at the Fall Guys booth was an incredibly fun time, and then was immediately topped by walking through the Shadow Warrior 3 booth, which was an incredibly breathtaking moment. Now these are both memorable moments that I can confirm achieved the desired effect of increasing excitement for those titles. If this sort of marketing is just never revisited again, it will have been an incredibly missed opportunity. A few E3s ago, Blizzard framed their showcase as Blizzard World, a vibrant theme park of Blizzard's latest and greatest titles. Back then, I talked to my friends about how cool an explorable version of that would be, and now that idea is so within our grasp. Imagine the year is 2035. Elder Scrolls 6 is finally coming out, and you get to learn about it for the first time while traversing part of its environment, wielding your sword against a combat dummy after a combat trailer, ending on the highest top of a mountain, revealing the beauty of whatever continent is ours to explore. That is the future of game marketing, and I think Devolver knows this. They're fully aware of where the industry is headed, and they want to beat them there, while doing it in their own way. I'm really excited to see where Devolver might go with this in the future. But in the meantime, let me know what you thought of Devolver Digital Expo. Did you try it out? Do you think this is a viable way of marketing our games? Or do you have a different opinion on it than I do? Maybe I'm not seeing all the different sides of this. Anyways, let me know down in the comments, guys. I appreciate you listening to this. I'm going to try to do more thought pieces like this as well as reviews. So look for more of those. Please subscribe to make sure you're seeing all of them. And don't forget that video games are fucking rad. Have a great day. Hey, Mojo, bow, 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 bow.